Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Ard, and look who I brought to say hi. This is Parker. Can you say hi, Parker? Hi babies, can you say hi? Can you say hi? Mwah. All right, Parker's gonna go bye-byes. He just wanted to say hi everybody. All right, I'm back. Parker had to go play. He will distract us. So we are going to focus today on our lesson, and our lesson is called Model with Arrays. Here is our essential question. How can you use arrays to model multiplication and find factors? Well, first of all, if we're going to model anything, we have to have some supplies. So here's what I need you to do. In just a moment, you're going to pause the video, and I need you to go find probably 20 or 30 manipulatives that you can use as we model these arrays. You could use Cheerios or erasers or pencils. You know what my son Caleb has a lot of? Those little miniature Lego people. You can find a bunch of those. You could use Legos. Be creative. I might ask you tomorrow, what did you use as your manipulatives? So I need you to go ahead and pause the video now. Go get at least 20 or 30 manipulatives that you can use to model these arrays with me. Go. Wow, that was super quick. You're back. All right, are you ready? Awesome. We're going to start our lesson. Let's review that essential question. How can you use arrays to model multiplication and find factors? Let's unlock the problem together. Here's our problem. Many people grow tomatoes in their gardens. Lee plants 3 rows of tomato plants with 6 plants in each row. How many tomato plants are there? Well, our activity tells us that we need to make an array by placing the same number of tiles in each row. Make an array with 3 rows of 6 tiles to show the tomato plants. Well, first of all, what's an array? I'm so glad you asked. Let's find out. An array is a set of objects arranged in rows and columns. The rows go horizontally like the horizon. The columns go vertically up and down. So rows go side to side horizontally. Columns go up and down vertically. Now that we know what an array is, let's revisit our problem so that we understand what we are asked to do. It says that Lee plants 3 rows of tomato plants with 6 plants in each row. How many plants are there? You are going to use whatever manipulatives you got. I'm going to use my little tiles here. And we're going to make 3 rows of 6. So can you make 3 rows of 6 with me? Use whatever you have in front of you, and you better be prepared to tell me tomorrow what you used, because I just might ask. And if it's something that's edible, ooh, maybe you can eat some of it when you're finished. Wait, playing with our food? Can we do that? Sure, why not? If it helps us do math, we can play with our food. Shh, don't tell your parents I said it's okay to play with your food though. All right, I have 2 rows of 6. Now I'm making 1 more row of 6 because it says that he had 3 rows with 6 plants in each row. There. That is an array that is modeling the garden that Lee made. Here we have find the total number of tiles. You can multiply 3, which is the number of rows, times 6, which is the number in each row. And what do we get, boys and girls? That's right, 18. So there are 18 tomato plants. Now, let's review something that we talked about earlier this week. Here's another example of a multiplication sentence. 5 times 2. Do you remember earlier in the week we talked about what that means? We talked about another way that you can say 5 times 2 equals 10. We said it can be read 5 groups of 2. This multiplication sign means 5 groups of 2. It can also mean 5 skips of 2. So we can look at this multiplication sentence, think about our number line, and think about this is 5 jumps or skips of 2. Well, now, today, we're learning that that can mean something else. It can also mean 5 rows of 2. 5 times 2 equals 10 is the same thing as 5 rows of 2. Notice that the 5 is always the first factor. 2 is always the second factor. So 5 times 2 equals 10 can be the same as 5 groups of 2, 5 skips or jumps of 2, and 5 rows of 2. Lots of ways to say the same thing. All right, let's go back to our lesson now that we have that down. Here is another activity. We're going to use 8 tiles or counters, so I need you to count out 8 of your counters. We're going to make as many different arrays as we can using all 8 of those tiles, and then fill in the blanks. This first one has been done for us. They've already drawn the array using 8 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many rows did they make? That's right, they made 1 row. How many are in each row? Easy. There are 8 in the row. So we have 1 row of 8. The multiplication sentence is 1 times 8 equals 8. All right, let's try another one. Are you ready? Here we go. This says 8 rows of something. So let's start with the 8 rows and see how many we can put in each row. We're only allowed to use 8 counters. You only have 8 counters out. So go ahead and do this with me. Put them in 8 rows. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. I've used 8 tiles. How many do I have in each row? Oh, I knew that. I have 1 in each row. So I have 8 rows of 1. So 8 times what equals 8? Easy cheesy peasy. 8 times 1 equals 8. All right. How many different ways have we made arrays using these 8 tiles? That's right. We've only done it 2 ways because we did 1 row of 8, then we did 8 rows of 1. Are there any other ways that we could make arrays using these 8 tiles? Oh, that's right. I heard some of you say a way that we could use the 8 tiles to make another array. I heard you say 2 rows. Okay, so let's make 2 rows. And if I can only use 8 tiles, how many tiles or counters do I put in each row? Oh, I put 4 in each row. So I have 2 rows with 4 in each row. 2 rows of 4. What does my multiplication sentence look like? Ah, I heard you. Very good, boys and girls. 2 times 4 equals 8. All right. Are there any other possible arrays that we can make using 8 tiles? Really? I didn't even think about that way. Wow, you guys are so smart. I heard you guys say we can make 4 rows of 2. There's my 4 rows. Now I'm going to put 2 in each row. And now I have 4 rows of 2. And my multiplication sentence, I heard you guys getting ahead of me. 4 times 2 equals 8. Are there any other possible ways that we can make an array using all 8 of these counters? No? I think you're right. So how many ways did we make an array? We had 1 row of 8 equals 8. We had 8 rows of 1 equals 8. We had 2 rows of 4. And now we had 4 rows of 2. So we had 4 different ways of making arrays using all 8 tiles. Good job. You guys are so smart. And now I'm going to have you guys do this first part on your own. I need you to model this array right here with your counters. Make the same array using your counters wherever you are right now. You can pause the video if you need to. Go. Good job. I see those arrays out there. Now, how many rows do you have in your array? Good. There are 2 rows. How many are in each row? That's right. There are 10 in the rows. So what does our multiplication sentence look like? Good. 2 rows of 10 equals 20. So 2 rows of 10 equals 20. All right, look at this next problem. Look at this array. Can you write a multiplication sentence for that array? Make sure that your first factor is the number of rows. Make sure that your second factor is the number in each row. Go. I see you out there. 3 times 6, because there are 3 rows of 6, equals, because remember that a sentence has to be complete, and for a number sentence or a multiplication sentence, the product or answer must be there. So 3 times 6 equals 18. That matches this array. One more. Can you hold on for one more? Yeah, this is fun, isn't it? Multiplication is so much fun. Look at this array. Write the multiplication sentence that goes with that array. How many of you wrote 2 times 7 equals 14? Did you really? Great job! I am so proud of you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you are ready to go on and do the blog for today's assignment. I'm so proud of you. Great job. And I will see you tomorrow in class. Bye.